Hey you, today we're talking about credit cards, and more specifically, the best credit cards for you to get if you have bad, or what I like to call less than perfect credit. If you're looking for ways to rebuild your credit or get started with your credit, then stay tuned. Welcome to Healthy, Wealthy, Skinny, where we focus on the steps to help you live a healthy, wealthy, and skinny life. I'm Sean, and if you are ready to start thriving and not just surviving, go ahead and hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and hit the bell icon so you get a notification every week when I drop a new video. And be sure to stay until the very end because, as always, I've got something special for you. Before I jump into my list on the best credit cards for bad credit, I want to stress that I am not a financial expert or an expert on credit cards. I simply enjoy doing research and sharing what I find with you. I also want to let you know that this video is not sponsored. It'd be really cool if it was, but the fact is this video is not sponsored by any of the credit cards that I'm going to mention on my list. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's define what we mean by bad credit. A bad credit score means that your credit score falls below 580 on the FICO score range. If you fall in this range, you'll likely have trouble qualifying for a credit card. As I go through the cards on my list, I'm going to tell you the type of credit card it is, meaning is the card secured or unsecured. I'm going to tell you the minimum or maximum deposit if required, and I'm also going to tell you if it has an annual fee. I'll also give you the pros and cons for each one of the cards based on my research so you can choose the card that's right for you. Most of the cards on my list are secured cards, meaning that these cards require a security deposit. These types of cards are designed to help you build or rebuild your credit. Most of these companies will match the amount that you put down for your security deposit as your line of credit. I do, however, have one card on my list that is not a secured card, meaning that you will not have to put down a security deposit, so make sure you stick around and see what that card is. Another thing I'd like for you to note is as I go through my list, I will not be giving you the APR for each one of these cards. And the APR is the annual percentage rate, or the interest that you're going to be charged for carrying a balance on these cards. The reason I'm not going to give you the APR is that the APR is subject to change. I'd like for you to use the links that I'm going to put in the description for this video so you can go to each one of the credit card sites and find the current APR at the time that you are watching this video. I can tell you that the APRs for the credit cards on this list are going to be pretty high, especially if you compare them to the APRs on the credit cards that you can get if you have good credit. I don't want you to worry about the high APRs too much because what you should do with these cards is pay them off every month. And remember I said your APR is the interest that you pay if you carry a balance. What you want to do if you are rebuilding your credit or building your credit with these types of credit cards and their low balances, you want to make sure you are paying off your credit card every month. Therefore, you are not carrying a balance month to month and the APR will not affect you. Okay, let's jump into the list. The first card on my list is the Discover It Secured Credit Card. This is a secured credit card with a minimum deposit of $200 and a maximum deposit of $2,500. It has no annual fee. This card is very popular for rebuilding your credit and it's one of my favorites. So let's go over the pros and the cons for the Discover It Secured Credit Card. Discover will automatically review your credit card account monthly around the 8th month mark to see if they can return your security deposit and upgrade you to an unsecured credit card. Another cool feature about the Discover It card is its rewards program. If you have the Discover It credit card, you can earn 2% cash back on combined purchases up to $1,000 each quarter. After that, you'll earn 1% cash back on these purchases. Plus, you can earn an unlimited 1% cash back on all other purchases. So that's 2% from gas stations and restaurants, and then 1% on all other purchases. The two cons that I have on my list for this card are you have to have a U.S. Social Security number and a U.S. bank account to apply for this card, and Discover isn't as widely accepted as Visa and Mastercard. The next card on my list is the Secured Mastercard for Capital One. This is a secured credit card with a minimum deposit of $49 and a maximum deposit of $1,000. It has 0 annual fees. Let's go over the pros for this card. It has no annual fee. Capital One will report to all 3 major credit bureaus to help you rebuild your credit. Another thing that stands out about this card is the low initial security deposit. You can end up with a security deposit as low as $49. The other options are $99 and $200 depending on your credit history. Another cool thing about this card is that Capital One will review your account in as little as 6 months to see if you qualify for a higher credit limit, and you can get this higher credit limit without putting down an additional security deposit. Capital One charges no foreign transaction fees, and you can choose your own payment due date, which is also pretty cool. Along with Capital One having low initial deposits, you can pay your initial deposits over the course of 35 days after you've been approved. Some of the cons for this card is you have to have an authorized bank account in order to make your initial security deposit. Capital One also gives you no clear timeline on when you can upgrade your secured card to an unsecured card. And based on my research, it can take up to 2 to 3 weeks after you pay your security deposit for you to get your credit card. The next card on my list is the OpenSky Secured Visa Credit Card. This is a secured credit card with a minimum deposit of $200 and a maximum deposit of $3,000. It also has a $35 annual fee. Let's go over the pros for this card. What makes this card different than all of the cards on my list is that this card does not require a credit check. Let me say that again. They do not check your credit when applying for this card. So if you have anything in your credit report that would keep you from qualifying for the other cards on this list, this card is a good option. You do not need a bank account to apply for this card, and they report to all 3 credit agencies monthly. Some of the cons for this card is that it does have an annual fee, and at the time of this video, the annual fee is $35. It has a 3% foreign transaction fee, so if you're going to be using your card outside of the US, this might not be the best card for you. And to qualify for this card, your monthly income must be higher than your monthly expenses. And now we're at the final card on my list, which is the Capital One Bank Unsecured Visa Card. This is an unsecured card, so it does not require a security deposit. However, it does have an annual fee, which can range from $0 to $99 depending on your credit history. Let's go over the pros for this card. It doesn't require a security deposit, so there's no initial investment needed to get this card. You can also see if you pre-qualify for this card without harming your credit, meaning that you can pre-qualify without putting a hard credit inquiry on your credit report. With this card, you'll get access to your Experian credit score monthly for free, and Capital One Bank will report to all 3 credit agencies monthly, which will help you rebuild your credit. Very similar to the Discover It credit card, you'll also get 1% cash back on all of your purchases. Capital One Bank will review your account regularly to see if you qualify for credit limit increases, and you can also choose your payment date. The 2 cons for this card is that it does have an annual fee which ranges from $0 to $99 depending on your credit history, and it also has a foreign transaction fee of $1 or 3% of the purchase price in US dollars, whichever is greater. That is my list for the best credit cards for bad credit or if you're trying to rebuild your credit. Something to note here is just because a card is secured, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to get approved for that card. When applying for secured credit cards, they do check your credit, and there could be things on your credit report that will cause you to be denied. If you feel that this might be the case, then remember that the OpenSky credit card is the only card on this list where they will not check your credit report. But remember that this card does have an annual fee. As promised, if you make it to the end of this video, I've got something special for you. All you have to do is look down in the description, click on the link, give me your email address, and I'll send it your way. But before you do that, I'd like for you to continue watching because I've got some more stuff to share with you. Just click on the link right below me to continue watching.